So how are you doing today? Fantastic day. It's beautiful out here. We've had some, what we consider bad weather in Southern California, which is, it dropped into the 60s. We had winds that were a little high and we had some rain. So for the rest of the world, it was still like a summer's day. But it's funny how, what's the right word? It's funny how you just adapt to your environment, and then that becomes tough. Whereas we look at what other people are going through in the cold and the bitterness, and in Southern California, we're so lucky. Betsy, good morning. How are you doing? I'd love for you to just say hi, just so I can see if my messages is working today. I never know every time I get on here what's going on, and so far no one said hi. So is it going to be another one of those days? Janet, great to see you here. Thanks so much for being here as well. I think this might be the first time you've been here, Janet. I'm pretty good at recognizing people's names. And again, I haven't seen anybody say hi yet. So I'm going to presume, unless someone says hi, I can't see anybody's messages again. I don't know why that happens. Oh, Betsy said hi. My messages are working. Big love, Betsy. Thanks for letting me know that. I feel like I'm complete now. Thanks so much, Betsy, for saying that. Donna, great to see you. Carol, great to see you. Really appreciate you guys being here. Mum, you bring the sunshine into my life. I love you too, Mum. Thanks so much. Molly, Molly Ann, great to see you here. Thanks so much. And you got Deborah, Ildy, good morning. Deborah and Ildy, great to see you here. And Nancy, my stool that I'm sitting on is rocking side to side, and I suddenly realized I'm rocking instead of sitting still. So I should adapt that. Nancy, great to see you. Janet, thanks for saying hi. Is this your first time here, Janet? If it is, we've got a really good class today. Today is Tuesday. It's Terrific Tuesday. It's where I go back into the brain-body connection and the body-to-brain connection. It's much more simple, but as everyone knows, simple is the best. Because if you don't get the foundation, you don't get the ground, you will at some point be missing out on some of the physical needs that you're going to have leading with the brain. So I love the Tuesdays class. It's a little bit simpler, but not necessarily easier, because this really is about challenge. And I came up with some new exercises that I haven't done before from some of the issues that I've heard or seen or been approached about, one specifically being gait. So I came up with some new, Mark, great to see you, Mark. Mark's a dear friend of mine, lives out in Las Vegas now, so don't track him down though. I'm not giving away his exact location. In fact, I don't even know his exact location. I just know it's Las Vegas. But Mark and I performed on stage together for many years, and he's a fantastic guy. And what I love about Mark, he has a huge heart and a huge animal lover, specifically dogs and everything. So Mark, thanks for being here. Great to see you always. Just going back into here. Oh, so we were talking about today's workout. I came up with some exercises. I can't remember who it was, but somebody was asking me about gait and how to make sure that you have, increasing the gait and the ability to be able to move in different directions. So I came up with a few new exercises today. I was practicing last night. I think they're great, but we'll see how they do today, because great is only what it does for you, not what it does for me. So I'm going all the way back in here. Janet, hi again. Deborah, good morning to you. Nancy, thanks so much. The February newsletter. I've got so many. I've been fortunate to live such an incredible, adventurous life of so many different things happening. And I realize now, the more that I'm integrated with everyone here and looking at the different things, how the lessons that I learned prepared me to be able to come in and help you as well. And like I said in the newsletter, often we don't understand, or the last newsletter where I did talk about Starlight Express that Mark was with me in the show, you don't understand what you're learning along the way, and you think sometimes it's problems, sometimes it's glory, sometimes it's challenging. And that leads me to my message in a minute that I've got for today before we start. But everything comes together. Everything always works out in the end. Maybe not the way we want. And sometimes I look back at some of the things in my life, relationships, I think, thank goodness it didn't work out the way that I wanted it to, because you realize how much you grew and then how much you had to go and adventure from that. But thanks so much for the message about the news. I love writing the newsletters, and as you know, everyone knows I write every single word of those myself. Not the hero of the week, not the celebration of the success that you're having, but certainly the other ones. I will write every word. It really comes from my heart. Jen, great to see you here this morning. Thanks so much for being here, and Pat as well. Always great to see you here, Pat, as well. And then Mark, Linda, Ginny. Always great to see you. I'm not going to say anything about your name, Ginny, because I always do, so I'm not going to mention it today. Ignoring the... I can't. It's beautiful. Ken, great to see you here as well. Ginny, I'm glad you're laughing. That's great. Pat, you said you did your Thursday workout early. Have you noticed more improvement? I'll tell Kathy and Debbie too. I can't see what the rest of the stuff it was that you wrote. You know... You can see me trying to press the camera, but it's not working. So I will read the rest of this after class. And thanks so much, Pat, for giving me feedback. Feedback is invaluable. It's critical because I can only improve as you give me guidance to your success or some of the problems. Rosie, your name's back up again. Love you, Mum. Chad, good to see you here this morning. Chad, thanks so much. Hope you're doing great. And Larry is here as well. Hey, Larry, good to see you. Bob Eubanks isn't on today so far. I hope he shows up. But I know, Larry, hopefully you're out on the golf course. And if you had to see my picture that I posted today earlier on the 60 Up group, you'll notice that I was down at the golf course. So everything's great there. So my message for today, because I do want to get going with the class, and it's not, Tuesdays are not the longest of classes, but I will tell you, hey, look who just showed up. It... B-O-O-B Eubanks. Hey, look who just showed up as well, Christopher Kroll. Chris, Chris is another amazing person that I was fortunate enough to do shows with. Beautiful man. Thanks so much, Chris, for being here. Happy birthday for a few days ago. And just a fantastic guy. Thanks so much. And it's funny because Mark was on as well earlier, Chris. Mark Kraushaw. So love seeing my Starlight Express family showing up. Thank you. Bob, did I get a haircut? Which one? Which one? Can you see which one? Bob, if you can pick out which hair I cut, then I'll give you a prize. Yeah, this is called Do It Yourself, which is pretty much how we've been the last year. But I think for the last 3 or 4 years, I even practiced cutting my hair in the dark so I couldn't see. So I learned to feel. That's like balance, right? Where you're on the balance board and you're having to close those eyes and figure out what you're doing. Amy, great to see you. Candy, great to hear that you and Dean have been working slowly daily, but it is working. Again, depends on your starting point. Best to Dean as well. And I hope that the exercise we gave that I worked with you on or gave you to do, hopefully it's that slow integration of remapping the brain and getting the nerves working. It will work. Neurons have muscle memory. We know that. It's scientifically proven. The same as muscle has memory. Hopefully my sound is good today. I'm using AirPods, as you can tell, for the first time. I just want to see if it's a little clearer for you. It feels a little weird, and I look in the mirror and I feel like I'm RoboCop or something, because I'm not up with modern technology. It drives me crazy. So everyone's had these for like 50 years and I just started. But Candy, great. And let me know if I can continue to help. Just keep doing those exercises slowly and measure the little improvements. Chris will remember, hey Chris, coming over that bowl on roller skates, it was the small improvements. But each time when you'd fall a little less hard, and then eventually you'd be able to stay up. And so small improvements that get you to the showtime. Terry, oh my God, this is like the best day ever. Terry Tully, great to see you. Long time, Dobber. Terry was like a second father to me back in England. Thanks so much for being here, Terry. It's great to see you. And thank you as well. He was a police officer back in England. And if you know, in England, they didn't have guns, or they don't have guns, but Terry did. He'd pull up his sleeves and say, you want to see this gun? You want to see this gun? He always had his own gun show going on, so great to see you. Donna, great to see you as well. Thanks for being here. Bob, you're like, huh? Don't even get started on that one. Autumn showed up. Great to see you, Autumn. And Terry, love to the family, always back in England, mate. Can't wait to see you again. Joe, you're here and ready to tell. Can you tell me how to find the latest class on YouTube? So Joe, the classes on YouTube, it depends. They sometimes can take, I noticed that my Thursday class just got uploaded yesterday, I believe it was on Monday. So it depends on how the technical team is working to get them uploaded. But if you go on there, they should be listed out as to the date that they were and what number they are in the series. And we're still working on getting it a better system. We're learning as you're learning, so we'll do the best we can. Autumn, great to see you. You know, I love the name Autumn. Carolyn, great to see you here as well. Thanks so much. It might be your first time here. Chad, thanks for letting me know. AirPods, Vicky's in the house. Great to see you here. Chris, exactly. Mary, great to see you. And Denise from Arizona, great to see you. So listen, I want to move on because I could talk all day to you, and there's so many amazing people that have showed up here. And thanks so much for being here. I wish I could spend more time talking, but we got to get the work done. So my message for you today is very simple. Life has been, as we know, kind of thrown around the last year. And sometimes we begin to question the world, and other times we begin to question ourselves. And when you question yourself, what you're doing is you're undermining the structure that you've got. When you question yourself, you're losing the fact that you have the amazing ability to adapt to what's going on around you, with the anger, with the fighting, with the restrictions, the isolation. All that stuff is things that drag into you until you realize you can rise above it, until you realize you don't have to get involved in the negativity. You can lead by example and find that positive energy. We know that inside all of us, there's that light, that excitement. We've all seen it through life where we've had those moments of greatness and happiness, and then those things that have dragged us down. Well, my thought for the day, which is why I got something in my eye, my thought for the day is cream always rises to the top. Now, we've heard that before, but I wanted to add to it. Cream always rises to the top no matter which way you turn the bottle. See, if you have a bottle, and I remember as a kid, I loved those little like 1/3 pint bottles that would be freezing cold and the little foil top, and you get the straw and stick it in there. We'd have those at break time at school. And the cream was always sitting at the top. Now I look at it, it was full fat cream, but it tasted great in those days. Now it tastes like so thick. But the cream would always be at the top, and you'd have to shake the bottle. If you turn the bottle upside down, the cream would still go back up to the top, and you'd still be there even if it's upside down. And sometimes when you have the cream at the top and you shake the bottle up, it gets dispersed into the rest of the milk. Well, you are the cream. You're the cream of the crop. Your character has the ability not to get mixed up into the muddle and the mess, but to rise to the top. So if this world's turned upside down, rise to the top. If it's shaken up, let yourself come back up to the top, because you are the cream. With that being said, hey, Vicky, you're doing the workout today with us live. This is, you're here and you're looking forward to the workout. Well, let's get on with the workout because we can't keep Vicky waiting. Okay, going to take in here. And again, Chad, thanks for letting me know that the AirPods sound great. What we're working on today is some specific exercises for gait, for weight transference. You'll notice on here I have a red shoe on my right foot and a blue shoe on my left foot, so you can tell which foot that I'm using. I'm going to move these down, and Bob just sent me a message. I'm going to give one last little there. Bob, you should own a dairy. Bob, you're banned from my class. This is serious right now. Okay, so what I want you to do to start is just push the right heel up, left heel. So we're just going to walk through here nice and easy. Now, when I invented the 60 up, created it with Bob, and Bob, you'll remember this very well, just the ability to hold the board in the center while we were doing this to begin with was a little awkward because our balance was off on our feet. So again, for all of you that are out here and we're doing this exercise, if you find the board wobbling, it's okay. Don't worry about that. Just try and focus on getting those feet strong. Now, for those of you more advanced, put your hands flat on top of the board and just hold them there. If you're unconfident, you can hold on here. If you want to go to the ultimate, put your thumbs on here and play the piano. The reason we're doing this is we're multitasking the brain as we're warming the feet up, getting that flexibility in the feet. And again, Play whichever song you want. I was playing last night, singing to my heart's content, and it's great for the soul. Okay, what I want you to do now, we're going to go here. I want you to just tap the floor. You know how we normally tap the board? And again, for everybody, especially if you're new here, go at your own pace. If you're going a little slower, that's okay. And I'm going to try and slow down. I've got to remember this is a basic class today. So as I go here, I'm just tapping my toe on the ground and then lifting my foot back up again. So we're just tapping and step. And you'll notice in here how you begin to feel the engagement of the brain, feeling the pressure points in the foot as you're going. There you go, brilliant. So we're going to use this exercise to practice gait. So let me just rest for a second. What I want to do, I want to tap the floor, tap the back of the board and down. Tap the floor, tap the back of the board and down. So come and join in. Tap the floor, back of the board, down. Floor, back of the board, down. So again, we should just really feel the edge. If you want to look down and check that you're just touching the back edge of the board, that's great. But after a few times, see if you can find it with your brain memory of placing the foot exactly where you want it to be. There you go, beautiful. So what we're working on here, you'll notice, is the beginning of a step on your gait. It's just a small little beginning of stepping forward, the same as we would in real life. Just taking that step, lifting the knee, but we're not reaching the ground yet. Okay, and rest it up. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to tap the floor, tap the back of the board, tap just behind the number one. Watch one time. So go tap, tap, tap. You notice I've gone all the way forward and down. Now, not all the way to the one, all the way ahead of the, really the middle of the board. Left foot, watch. I tap the floor, tap the board, move my foot forward. So we're increasing the gait and the ability for the muscle and the feeling of touching, having that control of the pressure to begin to increase our gait. Are you ready? So tap the floor, tap the back of the board, tap to the one, bring it down. Floor, back of the board, to the one, down. Floor, back of the board, forward. And I'm just thinking in here, Terry Tully's here. Terry, my mum's on here as well. Rose is on here. And I know you guys met a few times. But it's great to have you both on here again. And tap, back of the board, forward and down. Back, back of the board and down. Floor, board, up. And you'll notice we're here, we begin the step, we continue the step, we're down. Tap, here, here, and down. And last one, here, down, forward, and down. Good, just shake those legs out, shake those arms out. Again, this is just the warm-up, nice and relaxed to get the brain connected to what's happening with the body, and the body sending messages back to the brain saying you're doing great, or we need to adapt this one. Now, what I want you to do is you're going to tap on the floor, step on the board, come back and down. Tap, step, up and down. Are you ready? Here we go, on the right foot. Tap on the floor, now step up on the board, step straight back down and down. Tap on the floor, step up and back down. Now, if you notice, what we're doing here is we're beginning to initiate the step, but then we're actually stepping up. So we've got a small little step, small tap, and then the bigger step. So it's like we're just into tap and then step up. There you go. And we're stepping up on the number one. Excellent. Tap, step up on the number one. Now, if you want to increase your gait, make it slightly longer. Step back slightly. Step, so you have further to step up. Tap, step, and notice when you step, how you have balance and control as you step up. Tap, step, up, back down. Last one, tap, step, up, and back down. Now, the last one we're going to do, again, this is incorporating it all together now. You just watch one time. You're going to tap, tap the back of the board, step up. So now we're incorporating the brain to feel 3 different movements, but elongating the gait on each one. Are you ready? So we tap, and then you step. Come back down. Tap, tap. We're continuing that stride, so we're teaching the brain and the muscles to go further than you were before. So it's tap, back of the board, and notice how the board does not rock on the ground. It taps, it doesn't rock on the ground until you step on it. So I'm keeping my balance. Tap, back of the board, step up. 2 more to go. Here we go. Tap, back of the board. This is just the warm up. We're getting that body moving. Tap, back of the board, longer stride, step up and down. Okay, so very simple. The next one we want to do is now adjusting our ability to go off balance to in balance to up balance. So just watch one time. I'm going to slide my foot to the side. If you notice, my left leg will bend. I slide, I bring it up, I step on 2, and I come back down again. So come and join in with me. Bend your knees to begin with. Push the foot on the floor. Now bring it in. Now step up. Lift the knee so we walk the hip flexor. Back down. Now the other side. Bend the knee. Slide it to the side. Bring it back. Step on 2. Lift the knee up. And back down again. So bend. Push the foot. Now notice here how the left leg is really strong. We're bringing it back in. Step 2. Lift and down. Bend the knees. Slide. Back in. Lift onto the 2. Lift the knee up. Back down again. Bend. Slide. In. Step. Lift. Back. Down. Bend. Slide. In. Lift. 2 and up. Back down. Bend. Slide. Out. And when I slide, my foot stays on the ground. On the ground. On the ground. 2. Lift. Back down. Bend. Slide. Up on 2. Lift. Back. Down. Bend. Slide. Up on 2. Lift. Last 2. Here we go. Bend. Slide. Up on 2. Lift and down. Last one. Bend. Slide. In. 2. Lift. Back down. Good. Just give me some butt kickers. Butt kickers are just in here. What we're doing is we are working the hamstring, but what we're doing is we're stretching out the quads, which you'll notice when you did the bend and the slide, how much strength will go onto the leg. Butt kickers, that's what we're doing. Will go onto the leg that's supporting. And again, if you can keep that board balanced in the center when you're doing it, your body's learning to be in balance when you're going off center. Whew, I can feel a little bit, my breath is getting out a little bit, and I can feel my body temperature going up. That's a great sign. Grab your water. As we know, water is critical. Hey, look who showed up. My dad. Hey, Malcolm, good to see you here as well. Hope you enjoy the session. But thanks to me, we've got more people coming in from England all the time now. That's so good to see. Bob, you lost the sound, but you got it back. Bob, was it in the bathroom? Because I know every time you lose something, you go to the bathroom to try and get it back. I'm not touching that one. And in fact, I shouldn't even say that either. Okay, so the next one that we've got is we're going to work on the strength now of the legs as if we're stepping up the steps. So I want you to step up on number 2, but before you go up, go into a little lunge. Now bring the other leg up. Now go back into a lunge and then step back. So you'll notice I'm a little further behind the board. We're going to do the right leg again so you can join in. So the first thing we do, board starts in the middle. As we lunge, the foot pushes the board to the side. I'm here. I'm strong. Now push up as if you're going to go up into the position here, as if you're going up a step. Now come back, lunge and push back. Let's go to the left-hand side. I go on 2. I lunge as if I'm going up the stairs. I push and I lift so I'm strong. I come back into that position and I push back. Okay, we're going to do a few of these. Get that strength going. Are you ready? Here we go. Lunge. Now lift. Now lunge and back. Lunge and lift. And lunge and back. And notice your weight is on your front leg. Now you're balanced on that leg. Keep your weight on the front leg and now push your feet back together so both legs are working. Lunge and lift and back and push back. Here we go again. Lunge and lift and lunge and up and down and lift and down. Now, if this is a little tough for you, you don't have to go into the lunge. You can just step here. So you can just step on and don't go as deep, just lift the leg, and don't go as deep on the way back, just step. Also, take a break if you need to take a break. But what we're doing here is we're training the legs to be able to go up and down steps and have extra strength than you need. Last 4. There you go. And 3. 3 to go. Here. Push up the step. Down. Up. Last 2. This is also great for power to be able to bend down, pick up bags, be able to bend down, pick something off of the ground, back and down. Good. Give me some butt kickers again. Loosen up. I don't know about you, but I can really feel the muscles in my quads going from just above the knee up into the top, into the hip flexor groin area, but around the front of the pelvis, that we're working really hard. Now, one of the things that I should have explained, if you're going to do this again, keep this in mind. When you do a lunge, I'm going to do it from the side. When you lunge, don't push the knee forward into here. You want to push onto the foot and then bend your knee. If you notice, my knee doesn't go in front of my toe, so I'm using my quad muscle. And again, I apologize for not explaining this earlier. If I go forward and I push my knee forward, all the pressure goes into my knee. We want to avoid knee pressure. We want to build the strength around your knees. Okay, with that being done, it's time to step up on one-on-one. Now we're going to do 20-second rotations here. Right, this is a little bit of the cardio workout we're going to do today. Push the knees side to side as if you're skiing. What we're doing here, we're strengthening the hips. We're stretching the hips. Whichever hip I lean into, I'm stretching it. We're also going to get a little bounce now. As you touch the side, just a little knee bend. Not much, just enough that we begin to strengthen the muscles around the knee. I'm not bending my knees forward. If anything, I'm just pushing my hip to the side and my butt very slightly back, just so that we get that little bend without putting pressure on the knees. Good, that's 20 seconds. Now I want you to walk. So we're just going to walk in here, lift those knees a little higher, and notice, even with the rocking of the board and your foot getting used to being on a place that's off center, in other words, it's rocking and leaning side to side, how you're beginning to become more and more balanced. If you want to advance it, take one hand off, but go slow. Because of the flex poles, you'll notice how they're shaking in there. So I want to be soft as I push, and then I can take the other hand off. Good. Now come into a run. All we're doing now is we're speeding up the feet, engaging a little bit of those fast twitch fibers, getting the brain to send messages quicker to the feet to move faster, and we're increasing the speed of messaging from the feet back to the brain, because every time you do some action, some movement, some change of pressure point, that messaging wants to go to the brain as quick as possible to help so much in the ability to avoid or lessen the chance of falls. The quicker your brain feels what's going on, the quicker you can correct it. Okay, come back. Knees together, just pushing side to side. Up, down, up, down, up, down, down. There you go. And again, we're working those quad muscles. We're stretching out the hip. We're also being strong in the hip because we're pushing back. So the hip is being engaged without any impact. There's no impact in these exercises going through. You'll also notice your ankles are being engaged in here as well, which will help strengthen those ankles up. There you go. Good. Let's go into a little walk now. Now, again, if you want to, you can take one hand off. If you're really, I don't like pushing people past their comfort zone because safety is always first, but maybe you can do it with both hands. Just put your hands on the side here. It will help stop the flex rocking in here. But at the same time, if you need to, you can grab the handles, but you're getting comfortable and confident walking on a rocking surface. Imagine what that's going to be like when you get on the flat surface. It's going to feel so safe and your body is so prepared. Okay, hold on. Here we go for another run. You know where I'm running right now? I'm running down to Leatherhead Football Club, which is a soccer club for those of you in America that don't realize that football is actually where you use your feet. Okay, let's not get on that one because you guys can shut me down so quick. Every sport I love. Good. Can you speed it up just a little bit if you want to? And that would be, I played football down. We had a charity day. Terry was there for Starlight Express, which was awesome. Good. Last one. Last set going through this little cardio workout. Just pushing side to side. We're out on the ski slopes, going down the Alps. Awesome. Just pushing those knees side to side. Very safe, very comfortable. Again, go at your own pace. And if you get tired or you're feeling a little out of breath, please stop. Go get a drink of water, sit down, join back in. For some people, this will seem easy because they've been doing this for a while and their cardio system has improved so much. Come into a walk. And for other people just starting out, this is challenging. I'll never forget how challenging this is. I remember when Bob first started, and Bob, you can chime in here at some point, when you first started, how tiring this was, how you'd last sometimes, you know, just for 10, 15 seconds at a time and then take a break. And eventually you built up in 3 weeks to 6 miles an hour on a treadmill. And it was incredible to see the change. Good, hold on to the poles. Here we go, last time, we're running. This is the last one through. Then we got a new exercise to help with gait again, but change of direction with gait. Again, something I've never done before. There we go. Keep it going. 5 seconds. Go a little faster if you can. 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back. Just rock gently. Now push down with your left foot. Take your right foot off of the board and get yourself a drink of water. I can feel the sweat is beginning to drip. What did Bob write in here? I can just quickly see some new people that are in here. Pam, great to see you here. Oh, Debbie Siebers is in the house. Debbie, the amazing teacher. Thanks so much for being here, Debbie. Yeah, you had some big technical difficulties. You know I have technical difficulties as well. Not just on Facebook, just in my everyday life. But I saw a lot of people doing, what a trooper you were. I know you went upstairs. I see everything, Debbie. And got back on. I know everybody appreciates it so much. And Joe, great to see you here. Thanks so much for being here. And Donna. Donna's in the house as well, so I love that. Just adjusting the camera, I think I knocked it. Joanne, great to see you here as well. And Helen, both of you, thanks so much for being here. And Bob said, hey, did you used to be a ballet dancer? Bob, stop bragging about me. You know I loved. Yes, I very proudly, I was a ballet dancer. Oh, someone else is there to say hi to as well. Jacqueline, great to see you here. Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. Yeah, I was a ballet dancer and so proud of it. It's one of my greatest pride because it's the hardest thing to do. Incredible discipline, and my heart and admiration goes out to all ballet dancers. Thanks for bringing that up, Bob. Okay, what I want you to do now is turn and face the right-hand side. Now, if you want to, you can use one hand. If you feel more safe, you can use two. And I want you to step slightly away from the board. Now, we're going to hit the number 1 to the left, right? The left of the center, number 1. Now, what you're going to do is keep the right foot here, turn, and just step and come back. Turn, step, and come back. If you want to, you can let go with one hand and grab with the other hand. And all we're doing is we're working the hip and strengthening up to be able to change direction. So I'm here, I suddenly want to go to my left, so I'm strengthening and increasing the gait. Now what I want you to do now, we're going to do a few more. Lift the knee higher and bring it down. Bring it up and down. So we loosen the hip up, we step down. So again, we're getting used to increasing that gait because we're moving the foot more away from us. Here we go, 2 more. Up, down, and last one, here, and push back. Now let's work the other side. Face to the left-hand side. Again, you can hold both if you want to. Remember, we're going to step on the one to the right of the center. Or if you want, you can have one hand. Then as you step, you can grab here and back. And notice how my left foot stays facing the side. So I'm here and back. Bob Eubanks, did you know that my sister was a ballet dancer? In fact, an incredible ballet dancer. She went to boarding school at the age of 12 and lived there the whole time. We'd see her in the summer, but an incredibly talented ballet dancer. Okay, we're now going to lift the right leg higher. So now, if you hold on, it's okay with both hands. Lift the leg, turn it forward, out, and come back. Up, down. I should lift it up and back, up and back. So we're loosening up that hip, but we're also getting used to our body changing direction. We know most falls come from not walking forward, unless we also know from research that speed bumps are one of the biggest reasons that people fall. But most falls tend to be slightly off forward, so it might be just a slight change of direction. Two more. Up, push, here, and last one, up, push, up, and down. Good, that's great. So again, you'll notice, you should feel that hip is a little loosened up. We're working on the hip flexor of being in control as we begin to move, and we're getting the body used to, if I suddenly was here, I go, oh, I want to go this way, I'm getting used to increasing my gait, not here little steps, but I can actually take the step and turn comfortably with the balance. That's the whole point of that last exercise. Okay, here we go. Step up on 3 and 3. Come along and just rock. We don't have too many exercises right to do. But we're going to work again on the hip strength, the ability to increase our gait with control of the foot. And this is a very interesting exercise. So what we're going to do here, bring both feet together on the right hand side. Now just watch one time. I've got my right foot on 3 and my left foot is on 2. I'm going to bend my knees, slide my foot to the middle, lift it up and push, and then drag the right foot. Stay there, I'll come back to you. So I slide slightly, I lift it up, I push, and I drag. Now let me explain, I drag. Let me explain this to you what we're doing. It's almost like we've got a short step, but nope, I'm going to increase my stride going across. Does that make sense? So bend both knees, build strong. Your right leg is going to control your strength here. So slightly push the left foot to the middle. Now lift it up, step, and drag the foot across. Now push to the middle, lift it up, step, and drag. Slide, lift, increase that gait, and slide. Small step, no, I'm going bigger. I push, and I'm across. Slide, lift, drag. Slide, lift and step, drag. Slide, lift and step, drag. Now when you're doing this, make sure that you keep your body upright. Don't lean where the board's going. Make sure that you have your body aligned through the center. So I'm here, I lift, and as I step, my body's going across so that I can feel the strength in my left leg, push across to my right leg. Strengthen my right leg, and now I push onto my left leg. Push, up, down, and stride. Push, lift, drag. Last one, come back, and come back to the center. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a double tap. So we're gonna tap in the middle, tap on the side, step, and lift. Tap in the middle, tap on the side, lift, across. Are you ready? Here we go. Tap in the middle, step across, and lift, across. Tap in the middle, step, lift, across. Tap in the middle, step, lift, across. Tap in the middle, step, lift. 2 more. Tap in the middle. And what we're doing this one for is the ability to be slightly wider. I'm stretching wide. I'm able to bring my foot and my body back into the center. Okay, from here, you know what I'm going to say? I want to go on, but I want you to grab a drink of water. It's critical. So just step back off and we're going to come back to this side of the board. Grab a quick drink of water. Again, if I'm thinking about it, I should have already done it. If you're thinking, should I take a drink? The fact is you already should have taken a drink. Because if you think about it, it's because your body's sending you a message. We're just not as in tune to do it straight away. We're used to suffering a little bit. I'll get a drink later. Which always blows me away, because when we're working out, we'll get a drink later. But if you go to a bar, everyone's crowding around. I need my drink now, No, that's the time you don't need the drink because you're not working out. So anyway, what am I going on? Okay, what I want you to do is step your right foot on the number 3. You can hold on with both hands if you want. You're going to step both feet on the board, or you can put your one hand to the floor, whichever you feel most comfortable doing. Now, what I want you to do is you're going to lift your left leg up, tap, 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 and back. Left foot, tap in the middle, feel the stretch. And notice as I'm doing this, don't lean back to stretch. Keep the abs tight. Here we go. Tap, tap, lift, and back. Tap, tap, lift, and back. 2 more. Tap in the middle, tap front. And if you've got shorter legs, you don't have to go all the way across. Just here and down. Last one. Tap, tap, and bring it back. Okay, we can stay the same side. We're going to use the right foot now. So tap in the middle, tap on the front, lift it back. Tap in the middle, tap in the front, lift it back. Tap in the middle, tap on the front, lift it back. And notice the upper body doesn't move. It's the leg. The back leg will bend a little bit more as I stretch, but my core is strong as I'm doing this. Here we go, last one. Tap in the middle, tap, and back. Now, what we want to do now is we do the same thing going back to the left leg, but we're now going to push. Now, take this one slow to feel it, because we're going to tap, just watch. Tap, push. Notice how my body stays in the middle. I'm going to push back and bring my foot back next to the right foot. Then we'll go with the right foot. You'll tap, you'll step, hold on with both if you want to, push, and then bring the foot back. Are you ready? Here we go, left foot. I'm going to use one hand. You can even put both hands on one pole if you want. But again, don't rock your body forward and backwards. Let the legs do the work. Here we go. Tap, push, push back strong, lift the leg back. Right foot. Tap in the middle, push, push back, lift the leg. And if you notice what we're doing here, we're extending the step, which helps with us with the gait, right? We're getting used to the foot going further than it normally would. Step, we're exaggerating it, push back, feel balanced, then bring your feet back. Middle, front, push back, and down. Now, if you're having a hard problem with this one, or you're feeling a little bit nervous, because you haven't spent as much time going across the board, just what I would suggest is don't step or push down, just feel solid. You'll just be here and don't push down. I'm going to push, but you can just stay there as we begin to, and then go back to the exercise, which we'll finish with. 2 more. Are you ready? Tap here. Last one coming up. We tap, we push, we're back and up. So if you're not feeling confident, what I would do is put your feet on 2 and 2 and just practice rocking forward and backwards and just being in this position here, so you begin to feel, notice my body always stays in the middle. It's not rocking forward and backwards. When I push, it's not my body weight that's changing, it's my pressure on my feet, which means we're strengthening the feet, and the brain is getting used again to putting the right pressure in the right place. So you're in a much better place. Go, bring your feet together, step off of the back of the board, and this is the last exercise for the day. This is your ultimate challenge. How quickly can you get this? Step your feet up on 2 and 2. All I want you to do here is find your balance. Can you find that piece? After all the movement we've done, can you still find your center? If you want to, you can let go of the handles. I would suggest keeping your hands close, just in case you begin to feel a little unsafe. You can always grab them. Good, now this is the challenge. I want you to bring up your right heel you'll notice I'm in this position with my foot. Can I find my balance? And you'll notice how different it is now. This again is a great practice for balancing. And I got some exciting news I'm going to show you. Good, bring both feet flat. Now take up the left heel and try and find that balance. You'll notice how different the pressure is on your left foot compared to your right, whereas when they're both flat, it's even. So again, we're strengthening the feeling of the foot on the board. Bring it back down. Good. Take your feet to 3 and 3. So I've got a new program that I'm going to be bringing out. Good. I'm going up. My right heel is off of the board now. Trying to find that balance. My left foot is flat. My right foot, whatever I'm doing, the heel is off. Good. Bring both heels down. Find that balance. Okay, so my new program. Good. Take the left heel off and try and keep that balance. There you go. So this is my new program. I want to create paddleboarding, stand-up paddleboarding for the senior generation or those recovering from balance issues. Good. Bring both feet to 1 and 1. Find that balance. Take the right heel off. So I'm going to start teaching paddleboarding, right? Some exercises on here that will help with paddleboarding because it's such a safe, and especially if you live by a lake or somewhere that's flat water, it's great exercise. It's great for balance training. Good. Change, bring the right heel off again. Try and find that balance. Very simple exercise. And then I'm going to partner up with a friend of mine who owns a stand-up paddleboard company. And he has a special board that he's going to be creating for seniors that has more stability. It's slightly wider. It's stronger. There's the chance of falling off. And again, always wear a life jacket and we're going to see what we can do to help. And good, and just rock side to side. But paddleboarding is such an amazing exercise. It's great for your cardio. You're outside. You're in the fresh air. There's social distancing. The summer's coming back and the water will be warming up. So if we can get that going, that by the time we get to June and July, and we can start getting some of you out on the water. I'm going to be doing some videos as well with the stand-up paddleboard out there, looking at how the integration of the ground moving and the freedom that it gives and the way that your body will learn to balance and adjust while you're on the 60-up balance board training for it. It's a destination that I know some of you would love to do. And again, this isn't saying, oh, you've got to get a paddleboard. This is if you'd like to get out on the water again. Stand-up paddleboarding is an incredible, strengthening, natural, no-impact exercise that's great for the brain. All right, there we go. What I want you to do is push down with the left foot, step back off with the right, and that is the end of today's workout. It was actually a very smooth, very comfortable workout, but it challenged the different movements to make sure we're preparing for higher level. And you'll see I've got a workout on Thursday. There's going to be a higher level, great workout that we're going to be doing. Simple, but much more active. Okay, take the board, push it to the right, take the right foot, put it down onto the edge of the board, and just push forward. So the ball of the foot is on the edge of the board, the heel is on the ground. There you go, just pushing forward. Good, now keep the board that way, take your heel, push the toe against the pole, heel on the board, and just bend forward. I was saying yesterday, I don't know why my hamstrings are so tight. I don't know what I've been doing, because I haven't really been exercising anything extra, but my hamstrings are so tight. Good, come back to the side, push the board to the left, put the ball of the foot on the edge of the board, heel on the ground, lean forward, feel that stretch in the calf. My right heel is slightly off of the ground. You can't see it, just so I can put my weight on the front leg, but the foot's still on the ground to give me some sort of stability, and if I begin to feel uncomfortable, I can push back. Put your toe against the pole, put the heel on the ground, bend the right leg, and just bend forward and feel that stretch down the back of your hamstring. Amazing. Thursday we got bands as well, so we're bringing the bands back in again. You know, Tuesdays is always simple. One more time on the right. Ball of the foot on the edge of the board, heel on the ground, push forward. Again, if you have tight Achilles, bend the front knee slightly. If you want to stretch more the calf, straighten the leg a little bit more and you'll feel how it get into the meat of the calf. Good, push back on your left foot, put the toe against the pole. So we're at this angle, heel is on the board, bend forward, feel that stretch down the back of your leg. And remember, the cream always rises to the top no matter how the bottle is shaken. once it settles down and we find that center again. Good, put the ball of the foot on the edge of the board, push the heel. I can feel my Achilles. I started doing some other exercises last week and my Achilles got really tight really quick. So I started doing exercises where I'm stretching the calf, I bend my knee more to stretch the Achilles. Good. Put the ball of the foot on top of the board, we come forward, and remember, you're the cream. Everything that you do is the highest level of excellence. We don't need to be affected by outside forces. We're strong enough to rise above and recognize the beauty in life. They are good, find that piece. Good, what I want you to do now is just again, kick those legs up behind. Now we're going to do that little quad stretch that I know for some of you is a little tough to do, so let's go through it slowly. Push the ball to the left, take your right hand, slide it down your knee. Both knees are bent. Now, with both knees bent, begin to lift the right leg up, straighten up your left leg, and see if you can pull what is it, the knee, the quad, whatever it is. Or you can pull it back if you can get to this position, and the ball will help you balance. But again, if you're here, pull it in. Let's go to the ground. Push the ball to the right, take your left hand, run it down your left thigh, bend both knees. Now lift, you can start by pushing on your toe, get underneath that knee, stand up, and either pull your leg up or pull it behind you, and you can get that little stretch in there, so we're stretching those quads out. They are good, bring it back down. Now give me 10 kickers. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. You shake it out. Now what I want you to do is just take your leg, lift the right knee and bring it to the ground. We're just going to very slowly rotate it around. So we're up, rotate. You'll notice as I get to the side, I naturally let my leg drop. We don't want to overwork the hip. We just want to just loosen the hip and just let it naturally come down. There you go, just loosening that hip muscle up. Excellent. Now, let's go back to one of my favorites. Right foot, let's just roll that ankle out. We loosen it up. I heard today is this 60 up marathon day. So once you finish this class, and I don't know if you saw the waiver before we started, but the waiver that you agreed to do this class is that now you have to go and run 26.2 miles. Did you see that waiver? Good, change, bring the knee out in. Yeah, so it's 60. So all of you I expect to film you going out and running the 26.2 miles today. It's really important that you fulfill this workout. Okay, if any of you took me seriously, wait till April Fool's Day. If any of you go out, I know Bob will get in his car and he'll drive 26.2 miles, won't you, Bob? There you go, excellent, just shake the legs out. And the last exercise we're gonna do today is just the neck exercise, because sometimes you'll find when you're holding on and you're a little nervous, the stress comes up into your neck. So the first thing I want you to do is just push your hands down, lift the shoulders up, and push them down your side. So we begin to stretch down here, up and push it down, and up and push it down. There you go, good. Now roll the shoulders, so we begin to loosen it up. We've stretched a little bit, just rolling it around. I see Chris, I don't know what you wrote, Chris, but I see you sent a message in there. All I can say is I wish I was pumping iron again. I'm pumping iron. There you go, good. Now what I want you to do is take your head, you can use your right hand, and just pull your chin around and look over your shoulder. And bring it back and do the same the other side. I can feel how tight my rotation is. One of the things you can do in here is actually let the eyes drag you. So get the eyes to look behind and see how far you can look behind you, and let the eyes drag your chin around, because instead of keeping my eyes in the center, I'm moving them to the side out here. And one more time each side. We're here. Try and see all the way around the back by shifting your eyes all the way to the left in here and loosen that neck up. Come to the center, put your hands around your shoulders, give yourself a little hug and lean forward. Feel that stretch along the back of the upper back. Oh, it feels so good. And then come swap the arms over the other way, grab hold of the back of the shoulders, bend forward, feel that stretch. Oh, that's such a good stretch. And bring it down. So that's the end of today's class. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to just stop in and say hi to everyone. Don't forget, get your water, and I'd love for you to be sipping water for the next hour now, because your body will continue to sweat and heat up for about the next probably 25 to 30 minutes. I'm not even going to say, I don't respond to that one, Candy. Yours is the first one that I saw. But I want you to keep drinking. Hydration, as you know, I'm a huge advocate for hydration. And sometimes I forget myself, and I have to keep reminding myself. I know Debbie put up a great water bottle idea of having different marks on the water bottle to make sure you're drinking X amount every hour. You know, hydration, it doesn't stop when you stop exercising. It actually begins, more importantly, when you stop, because we're not conscious of the fact that we've been working out. And we think, oh, it's over, now I can relax down. Keep drinking. That's when, I don't know if you know, the first 20 minutes after working out is the most critical time to rehydrate and get some food. Put a little food into your body, because your muscles, even if it hasn't been strenuous, still need to be fed. So make sure that you have a little snack after you finish working out, and make sure you keep water with you for the next hour and just sip it. The last thing you want to do is dehydrate, because you won't get the benefits of the workout. You'll begin to feel tired. The brain won't function as good, and your blood won't go around your body as smoothly and as simply, with the heart beating as comfortable as possible, if the blood begins to congeal and thicken, which means the oxygen isn't getting to your cells. So didn't mean to go off on that tangent, but I really want you to understand how important it is, and I'm sure most of you do. You've got so much wisdom for all the years and experiences that you've had. Jacqueline, this is helping you so much. That's great to hear. Thanks so much, and thanks for letting me know, Jacqueline. That's why we're here. 100% the reason we're here is to help, and if we're getting the success, then it makes our help invaluable. If we're not getting the success, then we need to adapt what we're doing to help you as much as we can, so thanks. Carol, great to see you here. I don't know whether you got to do the workout in here, but I hope you do later, and I hope that we're helping you. Denise, oh yeah, the turning step up is another one I will add to your personal workouts. That's great. You can see again, there's so many different things. It's so easy to build exercises on the 60 Up Balance Board. We now have, I'm sure, over 400 different foot patterns and exercises that we do with adaptions, obviously making up those numbers. But all we have to do is think of real day life. Just think about what you do in everyday activities, and then we repeat that and get the repetition going to strengthen the muscles, but more importantly, to get the brain, again, used to the movement and pressure points, so we lessen the chance of falling. And when you don't feel like you're going to fall, you have freedom to live. It's an amazing journey. Barbara, great to see you here. Thanks so much. Let me ask you, Barbara, when it's Christmas time, is your name Santa Barbara? Okay, that was a really bad joke. I just had to say it. Sometimes people say, Dan, what's going on in your brain? And I say, well, I'm a genius. And they say, we think you're going crazy. But anyway, great to see you here, Barbara. And just so you know, I love Santa Barbara. It's not too far up the road. It's one of my favorite places to visit. Thanks for being here. Bob, great workout, or good work. It wasn't a great workout, Bob. You said good workout today. I will remember that, Bob. It wasn't a great workout. It was a good workout, but it did help a bunch. You have bananas with you, Bob? What were the bananas doing on the board? I just don't understand why you'd be doing that. Anyway, I'm glad the bananas had a great workout, a good workout today. Love to you, Bob. Debbie, thanks so much. A great idea on the paddleboarding. I've already been speaking to my paddleboarding friends who own an incredible company, and came up with the idea that I think it's non-impact. It's great. You're away from the bad air. You're out on the lake. It's smooth, it's comfortable, and you're building the strength in your body. And what an experience. I remember growing up, Dad, remember how you used to take me kayaking and stuff, just being out on the water and the freedom. And you feel sometimes like you've had a complete day's break just because you've gone out and done something that normally you may not have done. So thanks for supporting that, Debbie, and I'm sure you'll help me get as many people up onto paddle boards if they want to at the right time. Victoria, great to see you here. I think you've been here before, Victoria. I don't think it's your first time, because I remember talking about Queen Victoria. So that could have been you, and thanks for being here. Ildi, thank you so much. As you said before, you love to focus on the form. It helps with walking upstairs in your house and also walking the dog. Isn't it great that you can get better and then you're passing that on because your dog has a better experience of being able to get out and have more fun as well? We're just passing it forward. A friend of yours broke her wrist and ankle walking her dog on the snow, and it's so important to get used to the changes of direction. The dog seeing a squirrel. What was that movie where you go, squirrel, and the dogs would all like look like that? I can't remember what one that was, but that was hilarious. And you saying that, but I'm glad things are getting better. Chris, 26.2, no problem. Chris, I was talking miles, not meters, just so you know. Actually, Chris, I don't remember when I was over in Germany doing Starlight Express over there, I used to race on behalf of Starlight Express on skates. I'd go to those. I remember racing from Wiesbaden to Mainz and doing all the stuff representing the shows, and I loved it. And it was always great to have those challenges. I'd be in quads and everybody else would be in inline skates, but I'm not going to say how I did. I'll just say I did very well. But that's because it was a passion. I used to love that. And I think those were 26.2 mile races as well. Bob, you said I'm smoking. Thanks so much. I'm smoking. It's like just on fire, right? Just everything's going great. So that's awesome. Yeah, thanks, Bob. And Candy, run 26 miles. You just fell over dead before even starting. No, you didn't, Candy. And if you did, then I'm going to put you on a wagon and we're going to push you the whole way. And then we're going to give you the kiss of life and revive you again, because that's great. Thanks so much for doing it. I'm glad you guys realized I wasn't serious. Chad, great workout. Great having you here. It's always really appreciate you, Chad. Thanks so much. And again, I'll always say it. Thank you for your service and what you've gifted so many millions and millions of people that live in this country. Thank you. Betsy, thanks so much. Great having you here as always. And Bob, hey, Bob, didn't say hi to you earlier. Hope you and Ben are doing great. Thank you so much. Bob, Dr. Dan, thanks. I've been called that many, many times in my life, especially in the soccer world, because I'm always coming up with ways to help athletes heal and get back on the field really quick. But I learned so much from physical therapists and doctors as well. Thanks. Bob, again, thanks so much. Helen, you're doing better with me than you are doing it by yourself. Thank you. Well, my goal is, again, I've always said, the best teachers are the one that create the most teachers, not the one that have the most students. And I can't wait for you to, again, have the confidence to lead yourself, because you've got so much talent and potential and ability yourself. And I'm glad I can help you get that confidence. And eventually you'll be able to go on the board and say, I want to do this and I need to do that, because you're just going to continue to learn. And your knowledge is your power, and your power is the ability to increase, improve, and add years and quality of years to your life. So I'm so excited for that. Thank you. Joe, thank you for being here and trusting all that I do. I truly care, as you know. Pat, I should create a book to remind us what to do. Yeah, you know what, it's funny. I actually started writing a book. It's called The Character Path, about the ability to achieve things in life. It all comes from your character. You know, I've spoken about that before, where I don't believe we have choices in life. I believe we have character, and that determines the path we take. Because if you can flip-flop, I'll choose this today, I'll choose this another day, it means our character isn't established and we haven't set our path and our daily habits for our betterment. We get taken down. But when you set that character and you know what's good for you and you stick to it, that determines your path. So I'll let you know when the book is finished. But I'm, yeah, Bob Eubanks. I spoke to him yesterday about his book. A lot of you have been asking about where to get Bob's book. If you go to bobeubanks.com, that's Bob's website, bobeubanks.com, and you want to get his book, if you sign up there, he'll sign it personally to you and send you a book from his website. So that's bobeubanks.com, and you can get his book there and read. Talking about books, Bob's got like 500 years of experiences in his book, which is good because he only looks 493, so he saved 7 years. I mean, Bob, you only look 49 plus shipping and handling. I got that in before you did. But yeah, if you want to go to bobeubanks.com and order his book from there, he'll personally sign it and send it to you with a message for you there as well. Because I know some of you are going to Amazon and other places looking, trying to find it. So I just want to pass that on. Dan, great to see you, Dan. I love the last name. Love the last name. I'd like to know, do you have a brother called Indiana? You've never heard that before, right? You've never heard that, but look like an adventurer, and that's a beautiful picture. I can see it a little bit. It looks like maybe a grandchild that you have there, but that's awesome. Hope we can help you get out on adventures with them as well. Bob, what's going on in your brain? Bob, you can't swim. Well, we're going to do paddle boarding for you, Bob, with scuba gear on so you can walk out when you hit the bottom. That's what we're going to give you. Thanks. Molly Ann, you help with your lack of range of motion in your degenerating right hip. Okay, give that right hip love. Love that right hip. Send it love. Tell it it's going to get better. Believe in it. Believe in your own power. The body was built to heal. So again, I'm glad that it helped. Soft, slow movements, but you've got to keep it mobile. Mobility and flexibility will give you strength. So keep working on it. Don't fear it. Start to grow it. Amy, you're up, whatever that means. That's also, I don't know what it means, Amy, but I'm glad you're up. And this not going down. Maybe you're talking about Bob can't swim and you're saying, Bob, get up. Chris, you got a post-hip replacement exercises focus on strength and they miss out on balance. Wonderful of you to feel this. Thanks so much, Chris. I really appreciate your support and I love you, man. You're always one of a special memory from Starlight Express and, you know, on stage and having your support all the time there as well. So thanks so much. With that, and again, I don't know whether you've had post-hip replacement exercises or had hip replacements. I know Bob Eubanks had both hips replaced and he's doing fantastic. So balance is an integral part of making sure that you have the strength to go back on, because strength alone doesn't improve movement. It's balance that improves movement. Amy, thanks. The film is up. Squirrel. Yep, thanks. It was a great movie. I love that movie. Thanks for reminding me. Now I'm going to have to go watch it. Thanks for taking up my day. I don't have time to go watch it, but I have to now. Bob, since we last talked, you've become a surfer and an author. Bob, I've written a couple of books actually, but I've never told anybody about that because I haven't released them yet. One of them is for soccer players and athletes, and it's about the mental side of training. And the other one is the character path. Anyway, Chris, you 3 years ago, last week, you had hip replacement. I hope it's going great. I hope you're doing fantastic. And again, if there's anything I can do to help, we know that balance is critical, because without balance, we end up sitting down, we lose the muscle strength that we have, we lose the freedom in life and our independence. And we often, and most importantly, we give up on the better future. And Bob Eubanks is the first example I've been able to work with the 60 up, and it reversed the aging process. Bob is doing more now than he was 5 years ago. And even more importantly, he's planning better for the future. And if you don't believe that you've got the best future ahead, we often go into depression. And we want to make sure that we always look forward, because every day is a gift and it can lead to a better one the next day. Anyway, with all that going on, you're the best, Chris. Love to you all. Have a fantastic day. Don't forget, you have Kathy's class tomorrow, Wellness Wednesday. Fantastic teacher. Loved it, Kathy. I almost said Debbie twice now. Debbie, stop trying to take over from Kathy. I love Kathy. She's awesome, amazing. So don't forget her class at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. You'll learn a ton with her, and she truly cares as well. She's an amazing lady. And then I'll be back on Thursday, 9 o'clock. It's going to be a harder, more intense workout. I'm actually going to do a special workout, taking some stuff which I think will be a little surprising to you, because you probably may have done the workout before, but I'm going to add something to it. And it's going to be maybe a little bit faster, but it's going to be quicker. And it's going to challenge you just on your cardio side and movement side, which I'm excited about. And then with that being said, Friday, we're with Kathy. I knew it was Debbie. I just want to give Kathy a little bit of a kickback, because I said Debbie twice. Don't forget, Debbie is Monday and Friday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Love to you all. Bob, stop sending things. Hey, Christy Paulson, the best of the best are showing up today. It's all of you. Christy, lovely to see you. Thanks for showing up. I've got to get in contact with you as well. Thanks so much. Christy's awesome. And then Denise, you have a great day. Thanks so much for the well wishes. And Bob says, now I'm a psychologist. Bob, the best thing I can do with psychology is press the finish button. Thanks so much. Love to you all. Have a fantastic day. Talk soon. Bye-bye.